Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? So, we're going to talk about the top 5 ways to get a ton of gems. So, let's get right into it. All right, so to kind of get into the topic of getting gem creation and doing it in the most quickest, fastest possible way, right? Is first things first is obviously anybody's probably always known this, but when you first start out the game, you probably knew that if you joined a guild, you probably got some gems. And every once in a while, that if the game had a maintenance, you got some gems. You knew that occasionally, if you went out of your way and you actually let's suppose that you're kind of like you want to get a lot of gems, you want to get a lot of gems, right. Okay, well, easy enough. Answer is you obviously got to get your treasure trove, right? In case you're wondering, this is like one of the last buildings you'll ever get. You want to get the trove, and the trove is your king. You want to invest all the gems you ever get into this damn thing, because to be honest with you, it gives you the most gems in the game, to be quite honest with you. Between that and the Colosseum. Obviously, you guys have probably heard of Colosseum, but the lower you get down in the Colosseum, the more gems you get. So therefore, it's a good place to get a lot of regular gems. But where else can you get a ton of gems at? Well, recently they had the familiar update. Now, I can tell you with a certainty, okay, if you want a ton of gems, you definitely want to get 2 pack 3 familiars. All right, pack 3. The reason why you want to get pack 3 familiars, all right, is essentially you want to get something called the Gem and Gremlin. Gem Gremlin is kind of like the kingpin of more gem generation, right? Because essentially you will get a couple hundred gems or so every couple days using this particular familiar. So that's a good place to get a ton of gems and do it really quickly. Now, of course, those are just a few ways that I've discussed with you. And obviously, with every way that I've discussed up to this point, right, what else can you possibly do to get a ton of gems? Well, it's little is it known, but you can get gems joining the YouTube partner program that they have for Lords Mobile. Look it up. I'll have some links in the description for you guys. But if you regularly upload YouTube content about Lords Mobile, you can get some gems that way, believe it or not. If you want to get more gems, you can go over, you can click on the tab over here, go to the news. Funny enough, if you really want gems, join events, okay? You can get gems doing events. Of all the things that you think you could never get gems for, yeah, you can get gems for just going onto Facebook and leaving your prediction as to who the heck is going to win the 2018 World Cup, all right? But that is when it comes to getting gems, and these are some of the top 5 ways that I know of that you can do it, all right? Now, obviously, if you guys want to know how you can get a lot of gems, well, there is something called Wii Gamers. Now, of course, I've been talking about this here and there, and I do stream on there quite regularly. Part of the reason why is because if you want a lot of gems, you can stream for them. Oddly enough, it's a lot of gems. A lot of gems. But, I recommend you take a look into that. Obviously, there's that, and the fact that you can also get bundles. Now, bundles are rewarded to players that essentially acquire points by watching videos. And of course, if you guys didn't already know, you can click on the settings tab down here, click on the live stream. This is basically Wii Gamers, my friends. That is essentially what that is. So if you don't know enough about it, download the app, look into it, because again, there's just a lot of information in there. But if you're looking for some gems, that's an easy way to grab gems through the bundles. You'll get them every couple weeks. They usually give us 1, 2, sometimes 3 packs, especially during the holidays. Of course, am I done with, because again, you're probably starting to ask yourself, that this isn't 5 ways. Well, that's it. I'm going to tell you just about every possible way I know of that you can get gems. So, oddly enough, right, right now, I mean, when it comes to events, all right, events are a really they play a very large portion in this game in terms of gem creation. So if you save your speed ups, okay, you can get a lot of gems just by going through and doing buildings or merging packs or labyrinth or anything you normally do in the day, really. But you basically want to aim for getting that point mark and you can get some gems this way. And it's an easy way to rack up some gems just playing the game like you normally would. And again, if you're really wanting some gems, you can even go into challenges, and challenges give you some gems as well. But they also give you chaos medals and other special trinkets that I'll talk to you guys more about in another video. But having that said, all right, when it comes to making gems, obviously those are some of the major places that we all know of that we can make a lot of gems from on a regular basis. Of course, if you didn't already know, you can actually make gems in the Labyrinth. Of course, I will have a video on the top 5 ways to get a ton of Holy Stars. But essentially, you can get a jackpot, which essentially gives you a cajillion-ish amounts of gems. It's actually quite ridiculous how much players in this game can get from the Labyrinth. And personally, I've never had that kind of luck, but, you know, I've heard quite a few stories of players getting incredibly rich through the actual Labyrinth. So don't rule it out. You got to try it to win it. But having that said, all right, if you guys aren't already at least somewhat amazed, let it be said, okay? If you are really diving in for an enormous quantity of gems, of course, events come and go. In this particular event, you can actually take your essences and return them for gems. There are gem loads after KVK. Again, these are all event-based, but usually events will have gem loads, and you'll go out and gather for gems. There are different circumstances in the weeks, usually through guild gifts. Okay, if you hunt like level 2, level 3 monsters, you can get from time to time, all right, just to give you an idea of like what I get from time to time, all right? You notice that level 1s, generally speaking, you don't really get a lot from them. I mean, you might get a little bit here and there, but even like a level 3, it's like, You might strike it gold, you may not strike it gold. It's like neither here nor there. But then again, you know, that's the kind of the only issue, right, when it comes to actually getting a lot of gold, for that matter, is that you really, when I hold gold, or even gems for that matter, you might see that like 600 gems from a level 2, okay, it's not out of the question to get a ton of gems. It's just really, at times it can be very difficult. But as you can tell, monsters are in fact a way to get gems in this game. So all that energy you produce every day does in fact have a value. Of course, as you guys all probably know, we do have this event going on right now. And again, this is probably not going to hold up forever, but the idea behind this event does hold up over time, which is basically a monster, regardless of the name, will appear every 3 hours, and therefore you will get gems. Okay, and again, these are just a lot of different places that you can get a ton of gems from. I hope you guys found this video somewhat insightful, and again, if you guys have any more gem tips that you haven't already seen or heard from in this video, please tell me so in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Catch you later.